Sure. I think it's important to understand what a moonshot really is. It's not something that has a very low probability of success. It's actually more defined by what the relative potential is of that investment opportunity. So when I think of moonshots, I think of big sectors, not small nascent sectors. I think of areas where they're really overlooked, not areas that people haven't heard of yet. And crypto is sort of at that exact moment right now. It's a couple hundred, maybe between 200 and 300 billion dollars at any given time. That's really small relative to large financial markets, but it's not really small when you think of all the developers and all the people that are actively working on and towards it. And so what's happening is there's a few subsectors that really can identify and characterize what a moonshot investment opportunity really is. So if I think of every single company that's out there in the crypto world, there's really only two ideas that have done really, really well. The first is crypto trading. And you see that from the exchanges. You know, Binance did over $1 billion, and it's barely over a year old. Coinbase, most people in America among the under 50 crowd have actually heard of Coinbase, which is an extraordinary accomplishment for any startup that's just a handful of years old. And that's another crypto exchange that's very popular. The only other business model that we've seen is crypto infrastructure, like when people are selling chips to do mining and things like that. Bitmain has an IPO that's coming up that's hit the tops of all the newspapers recently. So these are kind of the two subsectors that have made a ton of money. And if you think about, well, what's the moonshot there? It's actually like the picks and shovels businesses, similar to the gold rush that we had 100 and some odd years ago. And I think of 5 or 6 different theses there where I haven't seen the companies yet get to 5, 10, 15, 100 million bucks of revenue. But I think it's going to happen over the next year or two. So I think right now is sort of the perfect opportunity to get into those picks and shovels types infrastructure businesses for crypto.